a world where you can see monsters roaming around. Our story starts at Junior Guardian Spirit Academy. The professor was reminding something to the class. He reminded the class that there was less than a week left before the admissions test of the Pet Tamer Guardian Academy begins. He urged students to use this time and prepare themselves well for examinations, and to get a good grade on the tests in a week's time. By passing that examination, they will be able to go to their desired college. By saying this much, the professor dismissed the class and walked away. Three friends were talking about how fast the time passed. 3 years passed so quickly, and now it is the examination for Pet Tamer Guardian Academy. One of the friends says that they should not even think about the 4 senior Pet Tamer Guardian Academy. In fact, they should think about how to get into any of the Guardian Academy. A girl was telling her boyfriend that she wants to go to the Senior Guardian Academy, while her boyfriend is worried that if he doesn't even reach the Ordinary Academy, he will live like an ordinary and mere human. Then we are shown our main character Yiling. He was sitting lonely at the last bench. He knew that only a week was left for examination, but says that he doesn't have any matter with that, as he was a traverser. He was traversed into this body just a week ago. By merging with the body, he was able to see the memories carried by that body. It was a world where monsters are rampant, and humans can only survive relying on tall city walls. In order to fight against those monsters, humans have evolved by taming spiritual creatures, resulting in the existence of a special human profession which is called Spirit Guardian. As the name implies, Spirit Guardian is able to fight against vicious and dangerous monsters in the wild by harnessing a powerful spiritual pet. Spirit Guardians not only can guard the human city but can also open up places outside the city. For young generation in this world, they have only one biggest dream: to become a powerful Spirit Guardian. Every young person in the Federation is assigned a monster egg when he or she reaches the age of 18. By signing a contract with this monster egg, he or she can obtain their first spiritual egg. However, our main character says that it has nothing to do with him, because the original owner of the body has already hatched his first egg before he traversed, and the original owner has opened up a ugly, horrible, tough and sturdy monster. It can't even walk and can only jump like a small Jiangshi. Although it has an outstanding defense, but its attack was trash. And the most horrible thing was that the zombie pet can't evolve and is destined to be useless. Our main character thinks that the original owner of the body must have died due to despair. Some other traversers either have a cheat or overpowered strength splitting the heaven and earth, but our main character is like a chicken mixed up with birds. Then his friend, Chen Jai, comes from behind and tells Yiling to not to think too much. Even if he can't take or fail the test, he can still be an ordinary office worker. And also it is advantageous that he will not have to go on adventures. Yiling tells his friend that he doesn't have to comfort him, as he already acquired a wind wolf with high attributes and it can still evolve, and he got a small jumping zombie. Then a message appears in front of him, saying that the spiritual pet has been detected with a 100% growth rate, and it meets the activation condition of the Guardian Spirit system. He was very happy and couldn't control himself. He finally got a cheat system. Yiling's friend shouts and asks him what he was talking about. Is he gone mad? Yiling says that he is fine and nothing happened to him. His friend consoles him that he should work hard as he could and he will definitely get into a low-level Guardian Spirit Academy. Yiling says that as he has a system, however, he doesn't know its purpose, but a low-level Guardian Academy can't meet his needs. Hearing this, a bully guy sitting there embarrassed Yiling. He said that with a trash and stupid jumping zombie, how can he even enter any of the Spirit Guardian Academy? It was Liu Wu from the second-rate Liu family. Yiling's friend became angry and told Liu Wu to not rely on his family's power. Yiling stops him and says that there are only 3 first-class families and 5 second-rate families, so obviously Liu family's power was not ignorable. He tells him not to be impulsive. He will definitely go to the top Guardian Spirit Academy and beat Liu Wu, and we'll see what the Liu family can do to him. They both friends walk out of the class, Chen Jai telling the bullies trash. Liu Wu says that he will top the examination. Yiling and Chen Jai come out of the academy. Chen Jai tells Yiling that he is going to the training hall if he needs anything so he can come there. Yiling hurried home and he wanted to check what the Guardian Spirit system actually does. Yiling reaches home and sits on the sofa with his pet. He asked the system to come out and it came. This system helps the host to clearly understand various aspects of the spiritual pet's information. And also at the same time it can increase experience points of the pets and the pets can quickly level up. Then he opens his stats. From his stats he opened the window of his pet. His pet was a black-eyed zombie. He was surprised to see something in his pet's window. It was an evolutionary direction. He was surprised to see that his little jumping zombie could evolve. As long as the spiritual pet evolves, it will increase its growth power. In this world of taming spirit, the growth power of spiritual pets is divided into 8 levels. They are trash, mediocre, common, uncommon, rare, epic, legend, and myth. Till now, not a single spiritual pet has reached the highest level, that is myth. A trash level spiritual pet can go to rank 4 and level 10, while mediocre can go rank 5 and level 10, and so on. Only epic level spiritual pets have the opportunity to upgrade to rank 9 and 10. Higher the growth ability, the more talents and skills one possesses, giving them advantage. Yiling thinks if his black-eyed zombie will be evolved, it will not stay trash. And if it reaches the myth level, that is a red-eyed zombie, then its power would be myth. Due to this system, now he can easily go to the top Guardian Spirit Academy. He remembers that evolution needs materials, so checks out what he needs for first evolution. Then the system says that no materials are needed for first evolution and also provides 2 available free points to the host. He finally pressed the evolution button. His little zombie started to evolve, and finally it evolved into a beautiful and hot zombie girl. The zombie girl now can talk and tells him master. The evolved zombie girl was too pretty. Yiling wants to check how strong she actually was, as going to hunt monsters after all. So he opens the statistics tab of her. He saw that growth power evolved from trash to common, and she even got a skill. She had a skill of bloodlust. By 30 kill, when the owner fights against an enemy and causes damage to the opponent, she can recover from her own injuries while significantly increasing her attack power. Although skill had a cooldown, but it had the advantage that it can heal injuries and provide more long-lasting combat power. He asked the system what he would need to obtain skill and talent points. The system, by using the free points, one can add points to the skills and talent points. The system says that the host currently has only 2 points available. Free points can not only be used to add points to pets' talent and skills, but also to upgrade the skills mastered by the host. The spiritual envoy possesses spiritual skills which require learning to master them. In the current schools, only 3 spiritual skills were taught. They were spiritual chain, spiritual shield, and spiritual vision. However, our main character's spiritual power was too low, and upgrading his spiritual skills could consume too much. It wasn't worth it for him, so he decides to add some points to the white-eyed zombie. 3 talents were upgradable. They were magic damage reduction, high speed regeneration, and berserker. All of these 3 skills were way too powerful. He has 2 points, so he upgrades high speed regeneration, because as soon as spiritual pet doesn't die, it will continue to regenerate. Also, a spiritual pet can suffer fatal injury, so it would be troublesome if it injures fatally, so she needs high regeneration speed. And then he upgrades Berserker skill so she can increase strength and speed by decreasing her health. If this skill and Bloodlust combines, she can restore her own health by attacking the enemy. She will become terrible if she levels up like this. Yiling thinks that now he should not call her black-eyed zombie anymore, as she has evolved. He touched her cheeks and felt that the skin had also become soft and like normal skin. Zombie girl asks what he was doing. Yiling said sorry and tells that now she is able to speak, so he should not call her a zombie and think of a good name. He says that from now on in future he will call her Zuyu. She liked her new name. Total for talents and skills combined. Now his spiritual pet was much more powerful than other spiritual pets and monsters with the same growth power. However, in order to continue the evolution of Zuyu, they need to hunt more monsters. He then tells Zuyu that they are going to hunt monsters. The Federation in which he was, it was not technology weak, but it was slightly different from previous generations of technology. Also, there were vehicles such as cars and airplanes, but they were not powered by gas online or electricity, but by spiritual energy. But all vehicles were limited to driving within cities. Outside the city, there were areas where monsters ran rampant, and it was dangerous. Nearest means of transportation is still cars, and if it is to shuttle between cities, the safest is still airships. Because the Federation has arranged for a powerful Imperial Spirit Envoy to accompany the airship. As long as it does not encounter a large number of flying monsters, the safety of airships is basically guaranteed. In the Alliance, the only currency is the credit point, just like money in his previous life. He hires a taxi to take him to the South Gate. The taxi driver asked him if he was a student at Tianhui School, and says that it is very dangerous to go alone at South Gate. Our main character says that he is a student and he is going to hunt some monsters. Basically, it was correct, and it was really a very dangerous place out there. Tianhui City has 4 gates: east, west, north, and south. Each gate was guarded by heavily armed soldiers to prevent the invasion of monsters. Our main character says that now he was not a useless person, so he can go there now. Yiling reaches the South Gate. The guard stops him and asks to show his ID card. Yiling gave his ID card and then guard gave him permission to enter. There were low-level monsters around the city. High-level monsters were usually located far away from the city. It was better to be careful in the wilderness. He tells Zuyu to come out first. Fortunately, Yiling was already prepared to take a look at the distribution of monsters near the south gate. Burial Mound was the area where the level of undead skeleton monsters was not much high, and they also find some evolution materials from Burial Mound. Yiling and Zuyu headed towards the Burial Mound. The first evolution was given by the system for free, but now Yiling will have to find the next materials by himself. The next evolution of the Blood Ghost required 4 materials. They were Flawless Bone, Heart of Darkness, 10 second grade Darkness Crystals, and 10 Dark Blood Essence. And at the Burial Mound there was a chance to obtain 2 of these materials. One is the Flawless Bone and the other is the secondary Darkness Crystals. Zuyu feels something. Yiling asks what happened to her. She says that undeads are everywhere. Yiling says that they are here only to hunt the undeads. But Yiling says why is he not able to see any of them? He says that he has checked the map and found that there should be skeleton soldiers on the outskirts of the Burial Mound, and their strength is around rank 1 and level 3. Then to his surprise, a skeleton leg comes from the ground and grabs him from the leg. Not only one, many zombies came from the ground. He tells Zuyu to kill all the skeletons. Then a skill appeared telling him about his first mission. The mission says that if they kill 20 skeleton soldiers and complete the mission, they will get 50% of the current Spirit Pet experience points. The reward was too good and not ignorable. It was directly 50% of the exp. He ordered Zuyu to kill them. She killed all 4 zombies in just one blow in a speed of flash. He now thinks that he should not hesitate to crush them. Then after many zombies came out with swords in their hands, Yiling orders Zuyu to kill them all and to leave a single skeleton alive. Zuyu jumps to attack them. There is a corpse poison on Zuyu's nail which invades the enemy's body as long as she scratches the opponent. However, it doesn't affect the monsters like skeletons which were made up of bone. Although this group reached rank 1 and level 3, but were still too far behind for Zuyu. Zuyu killed 6 skeletons in just a few minutes. At this pace the mission will be completed too quickly. The next group of skeletons appeared and Zuyu was ready to wipe them out. She ran towards them and killed all of them in just a blink of an eye. The mission was successfully completed by killing 20 skeleton soldiers. By obtaining 50% of experience of the mission plus the experience gained from killing the skeletons, Zuyu was about to level up. Zuyu levels up by 1 and also gets 1 free point as a reward. Now it was more important to level up Zuyu so he can get 1 free point to use on her. Zuyu has decent attack power so he can increase the magic resistance so she can withstand magic attacks by her enemies. Now Yiling saw on map that there were elite skeletons nearby, and they needed to find them to level up quickly. After some time he found a skeleton soldier who was going to attack the girl. She was Hugo Zioner, who was known by our main character, and she got ahead of him. At first sight he thought that she was going to take a skeleton soldier by herself. But obviously she was not a moron. She calls her spirit pet Earth Dragon. A huge dragon comes out with the growth power of a rare class. And also Earth Dragon is among the spiritual pets with higher base stats. She ordered her dragon to stop playing around and kill the skeleton soldier. The dragon stares at the skeleton then crushes it with his tail. Yiling was surprised by watching this incredible power. Still, the skeleton wasn't dead, so the dragon crushed it with his claws. The skeleton dropped a soul fire, which is the monster core of skeleton class monsters. Yiling thinks that the girl was really something. She even brought a soul bottle to collect soul fire. The Huo family to which that girl belongs was truly one of the 3 major families in Tianhui City. The girl appreciates the dragon. Then she calls Yiling to come out, and there is no point in hiding. Huo Zioner was the eldest daughter of the Huo family and future heir of the Huo family, and also she was the dream girl of school. Yiling was thinking that she had reached the 7th level of the 1st rank at this young age, and he just reached the 2nd level of the 1st rank after more than half a year. The girl asks Yiling who he is and why he was hiding. Yiling respects and says that he was just passing by, but Miss Huo recognizes Yiling. She said that she heard about him at school, that he got his first contracted spirit pet as a zombie that was unable to evolve. She asks him what he was doing in such a dangerous place like the Burial Mound. Yiling gets a bit irritated and tells Miss Huo that it is none of her business and she doesn't have to worry about him. On hearing this, the dragon got angry and he went near Yiling and roared loudly, which scared Yiling. The girl giggled and told the Earth Dragon to stop scaring Yiling. Yiling started panting and his blood pressure went up. The girl says to Yiling that she just wanted to remind kindly that it is a dangerous place. It was not the place he should come to, and he should return as soon as possible. Upon hearing this, Yiling gets angry and tells that there is no need for him to go back. and further says that he is capable of taking care of himself, so there was no need for her to worry about him and who she thinks she is. He said that if there is nothing else he can take his leave now. He just made a gesture to him that he is stronger than before by telling her that he is no more that old trash. She gets irritated as she was making a kind gesture, but he didn't appreciate it. She wants to see what that dumbass wants to do at the burial mound. There were only a few people in the 3rd grade who dared to come to the burial mound alone, and Yiling was one of them. And he was one of the bottom of the grade. She wants to check how much Yiling can do there. Then she starts following Yiling to check what he was going to do at the burial mound. However, Yiling noticed her and thought about what she was exactly trying to do. However, he doesn't care about her. His priority was to increase his rank by any possible means. Then a skeleton grabs his leg. But after that, not only one but many skeletons came out from the ground. It seemed that it was a trap, as too many of them came out at once. Miss Huo followed Yiling and watched everything. She saw that there were 3 skeleton officers and a large group of skeleton soldiers, and Yiling was in big trouble. A skeleton officer jumps towards him and attacks him with a sword, but he dodges it. Then he summons Zuyu to help him. Zuyu got summoned there, and by watching Zuyu's beauty, Miss Huo gets stunned and thinks about how she evolved. Now Zuyu starts slaughtering skeletons. She attacked a skeleton, but the skeleton defended itself with its shield. But Zuyu was fast enough and she quickly went behind and killed it at once. Miss Huo was stunned to see that she was too strong. 2 screens appear in front of Yiling. Both screens have different missions assigned to Yiling. One screen had the mission to kill 20 skeleton soldiers, and another screen had a task to kill 100 skeleton officers. By completing these both missions, Zuyu will get a new outfit, and also her level will be raised by 1 immediately. However, to kill 100 skeletons was a bit tough. Many skeletons rushed towards Yiling. By watching this, Yiling finally decided to activate Berserker ability. She activates her Berserker ability. Miss Huo, watching all these, thought that it was a little too bad and an unexpected move. Zuyu started slaughtering skeletons in a flash of speed one by one. Yiling thought it was the right time and activated the spiritual ability. Spiritual Chain. He holds the skeleton with his spiritual chain and tells Zuyu to finish it. She was terrible after activating Berserker skill. She kicked the skeleton and it got into pieces of broken glass. Miss Huo was watching everything and she now thinks that her Earth Dragon was no match for Zuyu. There were still many skeletons left. Yiling ordered Zuyu to finish them quickly. She again started slaughtering skeletons. One by one, in just a blink of an eye, she killed all the skeletons. After killing them, she came back to Yiling. Miss Huo saw that the toughest skull of the skeleton soldier was pierced by Zuyu in one go. She never thought that Yiling, who was a trash, would become her biggest opponent to enter the top-level Guardian Spirit Academy. Yiling starts searching for all the skeletons if they dropped anything. After killing all the skeletons, nothing was obtained from them. He thinks it was nice if there was an auto pickup option. Searching was too troublesome. By thinking the system shows the message that he reached rank 2 and level 1 successfully unlocked the option. Auto pickup. Li Ying was surprised as he was still rank 1 and level 3 and rank 2 was far away. Still, he was happy. Then he saw a shining thing near one skeleton. It was a flawless bone. Flawless bone was one of the materials Yiling needed to evolve Zuyu to the next stage. He didn't expect to get first evolution material this much easy and quickly. But luck was on his side, so he was currently unstoppable. Only 2 materials were available at Burial Mound. Flawless Bone and 2nd grade Darkness Crystal, which were going to help in evolution of Zuyu. Yiling and Zuyu continued their search for more skeletons. A few hours later, some more skeletons came out from Earth. We can see condition of Zuyu. She seems to be tired, and also by fighting this much skeletons her clothes got torn from some places. But still she was ready to fight more skeletons. A skeleton jumps to attack her, but she dodges. And a mysterious black and red aura started to appear around her. Then the aura became like a fireball around her. Zuyu continued killing skeletons. She killed each skeleton in just one blow. Yiling was watching if any skeletons dropped any item. Just then a notification appeared, which showed that task of killing 20 elite skeletons was completed. By completing this task, Zuyu got 50% experience progress and a set of exclusive clothes. By adding this 50%, now Zuyu's exp was increased to 80%. Zuyu was leveling up with incredible speed. Zuyu's exclusive clothes provided effective resistance against both physical and magical attacks. It also had the function of self-cleaning, and also it was indestructible, which meant that cloth can repair itself if torn. Zuyu's clothes were already torn while fighting so many skeletons. Yiling called Zuyu and told her to change her clothes, as the properties of new clothes were too good. She agreed and started changing clothes on the spot. Yiling loses his control watching this. Zuyu's appearance has now changed a bit. There were still some skeletons. Yiling told Zuyu to kill all of them and also try her new outfit. It was kinda fun for Zuyu to kill skeletons. Also, her new clothes had the function of auto repair. Now the last skeleton was left. Zuyu killed it and her level increased by 1. Her level increased by 2 in a single day. She now has reached level 4 of rank 1, which was incredible. She also obtained 1 free point. Now Yiling thinks it was enough, and also it was getting late. The monsters at night were too dangerous, so they now head off for home. Yiling lives in a beautiful apartment glowing with neon lights. Yiling was lying on his bed. He opened his statistics tab and saw that in just one day he and Zuyu went through big changes, and also Zuyu became much stronger. There were only a few days left for the academy selection, and our main character Yiling has a long way to go in a few days. Yiling has to hurry and fight as many monsters as he can to level up in the remaining days. Yiling decided to call his teacher the next day and ask for leave so he can prepare well. Yiling fell asleep. But on the other side at a big mansion, MANHWA wasn't able to sleep as she saw an evolved zombie that was no match for her Earth Dragon. She was practicing spiritual chain ability to become stronger using it. She was tired practicing but was determined that she will not lose to Yiling by any chance. In the meantime, her father walks down there, asking her that why was she still awake while it has been late night already. MANHWA tells her father that she saw an evolved zombie, but her father thought that she was dreaming and told her that she must be mistaken and zombies can't evolve. Her dad told that although the academy selection exam was important, she should not put too much pressure on herself and should just do her best. Consoling her, her dad told her to stop training and go to sleep for now. Now we are shown the scene after 3 days. It was finally the day of the academy selection exam. All students had to reach the center of Tianhui City at the mayor's mansion. Many ships of different guardian spirit academies also reached the mayor's mansion. Chen Jai, who was a friend of our main character, had already arrived there. He was watching everyone coming there. Then we are introduced to the mayor of the Tianhui City, Mr. Shang Lingkong. He was waiting for all of the representatives of all the academies, and it seemed that everyone had arrived. All representatives greeted the Mayor Shang and started introducing themselves. First is the representative of King Long Academy, Lu Feng. He is rank 7 and level 8. Then comes representative of Baihu Academy, Bai Tong. He is rank 7 and level 7. Mayor asked if it was tiring for them to travel this much. Then came a girl. She was a representative of Xuanwu Academy. Her name was Huo Ling. As her name suggests, she was from the Huo family in the Saint City. She was a rank 7 and level 7, and it was her first meeting with the mayor. She specially came here to watch the girl from the Huo family. Mayor says that the girl from the Huo family who is giving the exam was really intelligent and at the top of all youngsters in Tianhui City. Then we are introduced to another girl. She was a representative of the Guardian Spirit Academy. Her name was Hong Zhu. Her rank was 7 and level was 8. Now they all move straight to the trial location where the examination was held. Now we are shown the examination field where everyone was waiting, and there were a lot of examiners. Chen Jai was there waiting for Yiling and finding him. He thought that Yiling already gave up on the election as he was also not able to contact him for a few days. Yiling enters and tells him to turn around. He tickled him, asking if he wasn't late. His friend hit him in a friendly way and asked what he was doing. For some days he was not even able to contact him. He says that if the teacher didn't tell him that Yiling was on leave, then he would have thought that he died. Yiling says that he is a strong guy, so how can he die? He was cultivating nowadays, that's why he was unable to make contact. His friend felt something different in Yiling and asked Yiling why it was like that. Yiling says that it might be because he will be getting an offer from the top Guardian Spirit Academy. Everyone considered it as a joke and started laughing, saying that he should look his face in the mirror, and said that a trash spiritual pet can't make him to the top Guardian Spirit Academy, and said that he would live like any other normie. Yiling says that it is the last day that everyone laughs at him and no one will dare to laugh at him after today. His friend was confused about what Yiling was saying. Now it was about time for the mayor and representatives of the 4 academy to come. The mayor and the 4 representatives of the 4 academies came on the stage of the selection exam. All of the participants were really active, and the mayor ordered everyone to stay quiet as the exam was about to begin. Now the proctor tells everyone to listen carefully. The exam was about to begin, so he repeated the trial's content again. He says that the Guardian Spirit trial is split into 2 parts. Part 1 was surviving in the secret domain. All students who participate in the trial will be teleported to a fixed secret domain, and they will be attacked by level 1 demonic beasts. And all students must survive for 3 days in the domain. Participants who passed the first part of the trial will continue on with the second part. Part 2 of the trial was combat. Students will be split into groups. Winners will advance into the next round while losers will impede in their corresponding groups. Anyone who failed in the first round, he or she will be only qualified to enter a low-ranking Guardian Spirit Academy. The more round one gets through and the more time one wins, higher will be his or her chance to enter in a high-ranking Spirit Academy. The top 10 equally will have the chance to enter the top Guardian Academy. If not, the top 10 would at least be accepted in a high-ranking Guardian Spirit Academy. Proctor reminds everyone not to push themselves too much for examination, or they will pay the price with their life. He says that life is more important than any other thing. If they are dead, there will be nothing left behind. A girl asks out of curiosity, does a candidate really die in this examination? Proctor says that there will be unexpected dangers everywhere in examination, so only they can be able to save themselves. While everyone was thinking about life and death, Yiling was curious about the first stage of the trial. He got a new mission too from the system. The mission was that if he completes the first recruitment trial of the Guardian Spirit Academy, he will get 3 spiritual power crystals. The first trial will have rank 1 demonic beasts, so it will be very easy for Yiling to complete this mission. A guy shouts, telling everyone that the person who is at the very front of the line was Huo Zioner. Miss Huo turned around to see who was shouting. Everyone tells that Huo Zioner was a seeded player, and several big academies were coming to see her. Everyone thought how powerful she actually was, but Yiling thinks that he is much more powerful, talented and genius than Miss Huo. The mayor asked everyone to stay silent. The mayor opened the gate of the secret realm and announced that the first stage of the exam officially begins now. The proctor told everyone to move faster and enter the secret realm as soon as possible and find the best location. Miss Huo entered very first. Huo Ling thinks that the young lady of the Huo family was really good and intelligent, but the Baitong said that from his opinion the last candidate who entered was a bit interesting. He was talking about none other than our main character Yiling. Other representatives thought that teacher Baitong's eyes were really sharp, but admission should be based on academic performances, so they should observe each candidate. Yiling let everyone go. It was like the secret realm was specially for Yiling to grind materials. Now Yiling enters the realm. The portal summoned anyone randomly. There were volcanoes, Greenland, Iceland, and desert. But everyone was summoned at random places. Some were summoned in bushes, someone in the river, someone in the desert. But the place where Yiling was summoned, it was the top of a mountain, and also it was a very cold place. He summoned Zuyu first for safety. She got summoned there and was looking beautiful although she was a zombie girl. Yiling says that they should go down first. They started walking down. They were walking for a while, but they had not encountered any candidates till then. Not only that, but also they did not find any monsters. It was weird. A bird flies above them. Its voice made Yiling irritated. It was a steel-winged bird. Adult steel-winged birds were basically rank 4, but fortunately by its size he can judge that it was an infant. He orders Zuyu to teach the bird how to behave. Zuyu followed her master's order. She jumped and started beating the bird. He just got beaten a little and went away from there. Yiling tells the bird a lucky guy as he flies fast, or he would have been killed by Zuyu. It was a pity that Zuyu couldn't fly, otherwise the bird would have been killed. Yiling thinks that flying pets were advantage and he will definitely get one next time. After walking a little they find a cave and decides to stay there for a while. To survive in that dangerous forest, a cave was the most important thing. While they were settling in the cave, that steel-winged bird again comes there to annoy them. It was evening time, so they will have to deal with that steel-winged bird sooner or it will not let them sleep peacefully. The bird was following them all the way. However, it doesn't dare to attack as it was afraid of Zuyu. But his real target was actually Yiling. He makes a plan to lure the bird. He comes out of the cave and tells Zuyu to stay hidden for a while. He goes at an open place that he was visible to the bird and challenges the bird to attack him. However, the bird was smart and doesn't take the bait. The bird was truly a cautious beast. Yiling decides to move further away from Zuyu so that the bird attacks him. He starts running and birds also follows him. He reached the thicket, which was the most dangerous place in the forest, and tells the bird that now he should be ready to make a move. The bird becomes angry and threw his sharp feathers upon Yiling. His feathers were sharp as knife, as also his name was Steel-Winged Bird. The Steel-Winged Bird indeed had some intelligence before launching its attack. Currently he was just testing his chances. But Yiling was already prepared. He uses his ability Spiritual Shield to dodge the attack of feathers. However, the feathers were too tough that he hardly managed to stop them. Then the bird itself launches an attack and flies towards Yiling to attack with its beak. Yiling worries as the bird's beak was way too strong that his level 1 spiritual shield can't handle it. Therefore, he removes his spiritual shield and uses spiritual chain to hold the bird. He holds the bird tightly and tells Zuyu to take care of the rest of things. Zuyu leaps and uses his claw's power, then she cuts off the bird's head from its body. The steel-winged bird dies and fell on the ground. Yiling goes near and checks what evolutionary material he got from the bird. Surprisingly, he got high-level evolutionary materials. They can be sold at quite a good price, but he currently doesn't need money. He needs to level up second stage as soon as possible. He obtained the feather of steel-winged bird, the talon of steel-winged bird, and the beak of steel-winged bird as evolutionary material. He tells Zuyu that the neck meat of this steel-winged bird was a high-tier ingredient, and was usually found in 5-star hotels. But today they will have a culinary treat. He asks Zuyu if zombies eat raw food or cooked food or they do not need to eat at all. However, Zuyu does not understand anything. On a large display, all the representatives of academies and the mayor were watching Yiling. Representative who was from Huo family thinks him as quite an interesting student, as he never expected that a level 4 first stage steel-winged bird can be defeated easily like that. Other 2 representatives think he has a rare humanoid spirit pet, so he will progress at good pace in future, and tells that having such strength at a young age in Tianhui City was quite impressive. Representative of Juju Academy feels pity as they only accept female candidates. A guard comes there giving Mayor the information that he asked for. He told the guard to bring the information about the class in which Yiling was so he can also check Yiling's data. The mayor was shocked by watching that he started coughing. In fact, everyone was surprised to see that his spiritual pet was actually a zombie. Everyone was in deep shock because a zombie pet can't evolve, but still his pet was too strong. Bai Tong was pretty impressed and was interested in recruiting Yilin and Baihu Academy. He wants to recruit Yiling and know all the truth about him. As Yiling participated in the trial, they can recruit him and everything will be clear once and for all. Now on the other side of the dungeon, a large python was resting on a cliff. Under that, Liu Wu was sitting and thought that he can pass 3 days easily there, as no one would dare to go there and provoke that dangerous poison-scaled python. If anyone comes there, he would be a fool to seek his death. He could pass 3 days peacefully if he hides there with his black viper covering his smell. Then he says that someone started a fire in the jungle. Liu Wu thinks that it is someone fool, as there will be many dangerous beasts roaming around. That person was none other than our main character Yiling. He and Zuyu made a campfire to cook the food, but only Yiling ate the food as Zuyu doesn't eat food. He took a bite and was filled with happiness. As expected from a top-grade meat, it tastes much better than a regular chicken. Zuyu was staring him as she doesn't understand anything. But she heard something. It was sound of rustling from the bushes. They were monsters attracted due to smoke and light. There were wolves came there and Zuyu gets ready to fight. Yiling was waiting for someone to show up, as he wants to increase EXP and doesn't want to waste the night. It was a demon wolf king of rank 1, level 7, and some other wolves. Yiling doesn't expected that it would be such a strong opponent to come first. He orders Zuyu to be ready for some midnight grinding. The Wolf King growls and the other wolves attack. Zuyu also becomes ready and starts attacking them one by one. While Zuyu was busy killing other wolves, the Wolf King ran towards Yiling. The Wolf King leaped towards Yiling and Yiling shouts calling Zuyu for help. She immediately comes there and grabs Wolf King's mouth and stops him. At the same time, some other wolves come from behind to protect King. But Zuyu is so fast and powerful, she hits the Wolf King and beats all wolves at once. Wolf King's one eye gets badly injured. Zuyu's skill was powerful and there was a combat ability gap too, since she was rank 1 level 9 spirit pet. The Wolf King also activates Berserk mode and was trembling with rage. The Wolf King runs towards Zuyu to attack her. He tries to hit her with claws, but Zuyu was quick and dodges him. She leaped on the Wolf King and kicks him hardly. The Wolf King gets killed in one shot only. Yiling goes near Wolf King to find what he obtained by killing him. Yiling obtained Demon Wolf's Heart and Dark Blood Essence. It was one of the evolution materials he needs. Now Zuyu was one step closer to the next evolution. Now outside the exam area, everyone was discussing about Yiling, that from which class he was, as he was too strong. While someone says that how can he be that powerful, as he was the one who contracted with a trash zombie. Also, the proctor of the exam was surprised watching Yiling's pet being so powerful. A candidate comes there injured through a portal. The mayor orders medical staff to treat the injured candidates quickly. Injured candidate begs to give him a second chance to participate in the exam. However, it was not possible at all. The proctor says that he got eliminated in the first round, so he can only be a normal person his entire life. It was as cruel as it was dangerous. Now it was situation like that. If anyone stays in the dungeon even for a minute, it will give higher chance to get into their desired academy. Now currently everyone was watching Yiling as he was way too powerful than everyone thought. Lao Lu, the representative of Green Dragon Academy, says that he wants Yiling for his academy. But Bai Tong tells him not to forget that he discovered Yiling's abilities first. Miss Huo says that Yiling was a bit unexpected, but his spirit pet was very strong. His spirit pet's attack power was not low and even had a certain degree of poison effect to them. The mayor calms down all representatives and tells to wait till the assessment to be over and watch out the situation in the dungeon. Yiling and Zuyu leaves the cave as it now had the Wolf King's blood aura, and so that place will be full of monsters soon. They start roaming to find a new place. While walking, Zuyu immediately stops and also tells Yiling to stop. When they both turned around, they saw a candidate running away from a large python. It was the poison-scaled python which was shown to us before, and the candidate running away from it was Lu Wu. Yiling was also surprised to see him running away like that. The python waked up from sleep due to the snoring of Lu Wu when he slept there. The python releases poison from his mouth on Lu Wu. Lu Wu somehow dodges it and falls down, then shouts for help. Then he saw Yiling. He was very jealous that Yiling was still alive. He was a person who gets happy in someone's unhappiness. So, he decides that if he was about to fail, he will also make Yiling fail. He starts running towards Yiling and also shouts so that the python follows him. Yiling thinks if Lu Wu was going crazy. When the python attacks and was about to hit Lu Wu, he jumps towards Yiling. He then retreats by pressing retreat button, saying that if he was losing then he will also make Yiling suffer. He went out of the examination and retreated, and Yiling dodges the attack somehow. The portal opens outside the examination area, and Lu Wu falls there. A health consultant asks Lu Wu to treat his injuries, but Lu Wu refuses him because he wants to stay there and watch Yiling die. Miss Huo asks other representatives if they think Yiling will be able to survive and defeat the poison-scaled python. Lao Lu tells if she was joking, as it was not a steel-winged bird but a rank 1 level 9, poison-scaled python. But Bai Tong was too confident on Yiling that he asks Lao Lu to make a bet of 50,000 federal points on Yiling's victory. Lao Lu agrees to him and makes a bet of 50,000 federal points, saying that Yiling will choose to run away. Then another representative also bets, saying that, knowing the opponent's strength, Yiling will choose to run away. Bai Tong then asks Miss Huo about her choice. She bets that Yiling will either be eliminated or will die. She was brutal. Then Bai Tong asks the mayor if he wants to join the bet, but he does not mind as results will be known soon. The python continues to attack Yiling and Zuyu. Even if it was Zuyu, fighting the python head-on was not a good idea. Also, Yiling's rank 1 spirit techniques were useless against a high-level rank 1 monsters. Yiling decides to upgrade his spirit techniques rank. He upgrades his spiritual chain to level 2. Only negative point of upgrading it was that after upgrading it, spiritual energy use will be doubled. With his current max spiritual energy, he can use it only 3 times. Due to this disadvantage, he will have to use it at the right time or he will get bad results. The money sprays venom, but Yiling dodges and also tells Zuyu not to be off guard. Zuyu leaps at Python trying to kill it, but its combat ability was very as expected. Yiling tells Zuyu to be alert from Python's venom as it contained corrosive effect. She somehow managed from venom, but the Python also had poison mist skill. They will have to end this fight quickly or it will be troublesome for them. Yiling finally uses his spiritual chain ability as he thought it was the correct time or it will be too late. The python gets captured in it and then he tells Zuyu to attack the python. Zuyu was already fast enough to deal with this. She pierces the dragon throughout from top to bottom. And that's it, nothing more, and the python was dead already. Watching this outside the examination area, everyone was shocked. The most shocked person there was Lu Wu. He thought Yiling is a trash, but he killed the poison-scaled python. He was in deep shock that how a trash turns out to be this powerful. All representatives were also shocked watching Yiling's level 2 spiritual chain. They think that he should not be that strong, even what if he is a genius. The mayor realizes Yiling's potential and thought why he was not able to see that talent before in the academy. Bai Tong tells everyone to remember their bet and give him 50,000 federal points. Miss Huo admits that she was wrong, and she will send her 50,000 federal points to him later. Currently she wanted some rest and walks towards restroom. She thought about Yiling as a kind of genius that appears every century, and she should recruit him at any cost. She decides to report situation to the academy and get more benefits to offer Yiling. Yiling got poison scales and poison python gall as rewards from killing python. It was another high-rank evolution material. Zuyu was about to level up soon. They just needed to find some more monsters and kill them, and then she will be at the peak of rank 1. Then Yiling and Zuyu heard the sound of Demon Wolf's howl. It was the genius girl from Huo family. There were many demons wolves in front of her. And also, there was Demon King of rank 1 and level 8, which was same as her Earth Dragon, but the Wolf King had many other advantages. The Wolf King howls, and all other wolves ran towards the dragon. The dragon roars and small wolf gets blown away. However, some of them were successful in biting him, but dragon was powerful enough to blow them. However, Earth Dragon was strong enough, but it was lacking strength. The girl decides to retreat or the results will be bad. She gets on dragon and starts flying to get away. But the Wolf King leaps towards dragon. The dragon tried to fly higher, but the Wolf King bites the dragon and the dragon fell down. The girl was also worried about exam, but more than it, she was worried about his dragon. Even if she fails the exam, she cannot let her dragon die. Then she saw something killing the wolves in the speed of light. It was Zuyu. She killed all the wolves in just a few seconds. Huo girl was surprised to see Yiling and Zuyu there. Yiling asks if her stupid dragon was badly injured. Outside the examination, Bai Tong says Miss Huo that she came there specially to see the genius girl, but now it seems hard luck, and says that she might even use emergency teleport. Miss Huo was pissed hearing this and tells not to judge anything before the end of examination. Bai Tong says that if he was there instead of Yiling, he would have never helped her, as in the exam one more person means one more opponent. The Wolf King was angry and wanted to take revenge of his pack mates who were killed by Zuyu. Zuyu activates the Bloodthirst ability on the order of Yiling. Then she again starts killing wolves. She killed all remaining wolves, and by watching her power, the Wolf King starts retreating. Yiling tells Zuyu to not let him